Give me that good shit. Yes, oh no, a lot of them fell. Straight from a Savannah flea market, I think this is 16 knockoff Pokemon toys. They are still reeking of cigar smoke. It is magical. I want to just dive right into this. Look at some of the magic I have found today. So the first one I saw, because to be clear, these guys were in a big bowl where they also had the things you put on Crocs. First one I saw was Electivire. Electivire, of course, one of my favorites. He's like easily in my top 20 Pokemon, one of my favorite Gen 1ers. I saw this guy, and everything's wrong here. His teeth aren't painted. He doesn't have his stripes on his arms, but his arms look like they're wrapped up in bandage just through the sculpting. Random black lines here on the back. Very doofy looking. Wall-eyed. Things aren't going well for little Electivire right now. But this was the first one I saw. And then when I grabbed him, I noticed a couple others, and then I kept digging until I grabbed all of them. So, if it was for Electivire, I wouldn't have wasted money. Thanks, Electivire. Oh, he's off the table again. So, Whismur is not one of my favorites. I'll be honest, I don't like them at all. I do like this color scheme, though, the purple and yellow. It's a shame that the yellow is, like, really haphazardly put on. There's also, like, weird openings in the purple ears for the yellow. Overall, sculpting's not great. You can see, like, there's a sprue mark there on the side. And just overall, like, I guess they had to go with a simple Pokemon to make it work, but they couldn't even get the ball with ears completely right. Sableye just looks creepy now. Because the eyes are so much smaller, he looks more, I don't know, kidnappy. Also, he has a really big grin sculpted if you can see it. So, I don't know if that's intentional or if that's just like a fault of the molding. But either way, it looks really unnerving. And on the back, they actually sculpted in the emerald, but it's not painted. So, I mean, better work than the Whismur or the Electivire, but still, really, not too good. Red and black Snubble. So, fun fact, I'm in Georgia. Our favorite sports team is the Georgia Bulldogs, which is red, black, and white in color scheme. So, I'm just going to say that this was intentionally made for Georgia Pokemon fans. Because the reality is, this was made in some sweatshop, God knows where. What does it say on the back? China! Of course! Where else could it have possibly been? There's Darmanitan. He looks really off. Of course, he's entirely orange, whereas he's supposed to be red. A lot of ugly sprue work here on the back. Not a lot of paint on the go, except for on his eyebrows and his teeth, I guess. But overall, like, he's not the worst one here, but he's very close too. Why did they give Trapinch a pupil? Why did they give him a pupil? Now that he has a pupil, he actually looks really unnerving. It's only on that one side too. Overall, like, Trapinch isn't a hard design. I don't get why every toy of him ever has to have him looking up like this, but in all honesty, from a distance, this one might actually pass as like an actual official Trapinch, at least from this side. There is a little bit of sculpted detail near the legs too that's not painted, of course, but that's supposed to be a black trim. Slugma almost works, but then you see this real nasty sprue still on his neck. That said, if you cut that off with an X-Acto knife and then maybe painted the eyes a little bit better, that one actually just kind of looks like Slugma. So, you know what, I'm going to say it now, Slugma is the best one out of this group. I think that one could actually maybe pass as a Tomy. It's just a shame that it's, you know, Slugma. Be honest with yourself, you don't remember Camerupt. No one remembers Camerupt. Ground type is my favorite type. I tried to do an entirely ground team in Violet. I forgot Camerupt exists. But no, it actually looks decent. Like, that's the weirdest part of it all, is that Camerupt is another one of the decent looking ones. Why did they take all their time to make Trapinch, Slugma, and Camerupt decent? Because we're gonna get to some, like, starters that they did not give a shit with. So, you know, I guess good on you, Camerupt? Seismitoad is incredible. If this was Seismitoad's actual color scheme, they would be like one of my favorite Pokemon. It's funny, I don't like their usual design, but the pink and blue really pop, so this one's a good one. So this is a Manectric and Electrike colors. It kind of works. I think it would have looked better if it were the blue, but I can kind of see where they might have been going, but, well, I'm giving them too much credit. The reality is they probably got their reference shots confused. Yeah, so it's kind of fun. It's kind of cool. Just noticing that most of these are from the Gen 3 Pokedex. Here's Shroomish. I actually really like Shroomish. One of the only Pokemon kit toys I had as a kid was this guy. I like him. They got his expression very well. It should be green under here, and his little nubbins are, like, barely there. But overall, there's worse Pokemon here. He's very middle of the pack. Skirt almost looks decent, like he just is a little bit wall-eyed, but then you flip on the back and you see they never painted his like horn all the way, so that kind of takes it down. There's also some roughness in terms of the molding on his legs, so you know, kind of like Shroomish, not the worst, but they could have done a little bit more. There's a purple Dino. Color scheme's cool, and I like his big doofy smile. Other than that, I've never been huge on this design, and also there's a lot of plastic bits still just hanging off of him. I hear you like Mudkips. You want an unpainted one? Mudkip is supposed to be cute. This isn't really all that cute. It's just unnerving. Now he looks like the crying child from FNAF. I don't know why that's what's coming to mind, but it is. He looks like he's crying. Jesus. Swampert's not doing much better. He just has paint on his tail, his eyes, and those cheek things. The fact that he's always kind of looking like this, and he looks like he wants to do bad things to you. He looks like he wants to do bad things to a dead body. I don't like that. What might be the best one here? Purple and blue Porygon. So, once again, I'm pretty sure they just got the color wrong, but purple actually doesn't look bad on Porygon. And overall, I think this is a really solid one. Sculpting's good. I like it. There's my little knockoff brood altogether, and overall, they absolutely weren't worth it. I spent about 20 bucks on all these things, and I'm an idiot for doing so, but I mean, how else am I gonna get purple Porygon?